Hey chums! Greetings from Animal Kingdom. This is actually going to be our last Disney trip or Disney day for 2021. We're almost on blackout for the rest of the year. But I'm excited to be here because we have some dining reservations at Tusker House, which I have been wanting to try ever since it reopened. So we finally got some reservations and we're finally going to do it.
This is one of the harder places to get reservations for. For some reason, they're never available. Mel got lucky enough to grab one. So we are going to go and get checked in and get seated. I am super stoked for this restaurant. Let's go do it. The check-in and seating area for Tusker House is just past the bar when you walk over here. And there's a little stand right here where you can get checked in, or you can use the mobile app. We are seated in Tusker House, and since this is a character dining, we have the pleasure of Goofy's company. His back is turned to us right now, but he is over there in that doorway. Hopefully he'll come this way pretty soon. There he is. Hey, Goofy! And there's Mickey. I swear, no matter how old you get, the character dinings never lose their charm. This is only my second time doing a real character dining, and it's just the same as last time. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's character dining. As soon as the characters come out, I'm like, Mickey, hey, Goofy, hey. I'm a 41-year-old man.
So last week we ate over at Boma for breakfast, and I was trying to be on a diet, which really sucked, and now I regret it because I would rather just eat. And I am going to eat it today. If it's gluten-free, I don't care. So the first things that they brought out, they have allergy-friendly bread for me. They have, looks like some hummus, and then a couple other things for dipping the bread. That looks like a chimichurri, and this looks like some kind of a chutney made with, looks like mango. Now this is interesting here because these breads are gluten-free. They're made of lentil, and as you can see, they threw the gluten bread with it for Adam. I probably will still eat one that's like underneath, not touching anything. I have Hashimoto's, not celiac, so cross-contamination isn't like a major problem for me, but if you have celiac, I would definitely recommend asking them to keep that separate. But if you don't want anything touching. And then we have some salad over here, so we give this stuff a try.
This bread service was really good. I gotta say, I think the green sauce was my absolute favorite. Very Indian-inspired flavors. That was just awesome. And these crackers are delicious. They're made of lentils.
Most of the time when we go to restaurants where they have stuff like this, they usually give us separate ones. I always say that it's an allergy because that's the only way usually to get them to take you seriously, that you have to tell them and advocate for yourself. But this time they brought everything just out. So what I did to solve the situation was before Adam started sticking this bread in there, I just put some on the plate to keep it like separate. So, you know, make sure you do advocate for yourself. I've never seen that before where they brought out the gluten bread with some gluten-free stuff like together and said, oh yeah, you can eat that. Usually they keep it separate, but I don't know, maybe it's just a one-off thing. I guess those budget cuts must have kicked in because this is the salad dressing. Whoops. It's literally underneath these vegetables over here. So that one lady that said that, what exactly did she say? That they should cut the portions because it would help their guests' waistlines? I guess they're already doing that because you have literally like a tablespoon of dressing for 2 people hidden under the vegetables. I don't know if they've always done that or that's a new thing, but that's a little weird because most people don't eat dried greens.
The entree has arrived. So over here we have pork, chicken, steak, mac and cheese, shrimp, And this is an all-you-care-to-enjoy restaurant, so we can just keep eating and eating and eating. This also comes with some rice and veggies underneath, all the meats there, and the shrimp has rice underneath as well. Daisy's on the other side there. Maybe she'll make her way over.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, she's down there. Hopefully she'll come visit too. All right, so Adam has prepared himself a plate of food.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm just going to dig right in and show you guys I'll give you guys a world tour here. Let's see. I'm going to start with the steak. And I do not have a steak knife fork. That's okay. The steak is very good. The sauce that's on there, that green sauce is the same as the one in the bread service. That sauce is great. It's absolutely fantastic. Yes, please. Let's move on to pork. Let's try that next. It's there's a lot of sauce on it, so there's not a lot of flavor, but it's cooked okay. Onto the chicken. Chicken's very good. Really enjoy that. It's not too salty or anything. Let's do shrimp. There is actually a sweet sauce on that shrimp that's really good. That was interesting and very unexpected, but very good. That was very good. Mac and cheese. Let's try that now. Mac and cheese could be a little better. The flavor is kind of almost like Kraft singles. It's almost like regular American cheese flavor. That could be better. But I would say between the meats and the sauces, this is a win. I think it's still good. Hey, Daisy! Dessert has finally arrived, and they give you this little trio here. So this is actually a flourless cake. This is their chocolate tree of life. So you have a little tree of life, like an Animal Kingdom's tree of life. And then we have a Mickey cupcake. Now, this being the only gluten-free item on the dessert list, that's the only thing Mel can actually eat. But they delivered it all together on one plate, so there may have been cross-contamination. So Mel actually asked if she could have her own sent out, and they said absolutely, no problem. So let's dig into this. Pretty excited to check the desserts out. Let's start with the flourless cake. That is pretty good. Trying to place the rest of the flavors. Just a little sugary. But it's good. Alright, now we're going to try the chocolate cherry of life, which I do need the knife for. It's very dense. That's very good. That tree of life is super fudgy. Like it's really like fudge layer on top. That's very, very good. I really dig that. Last but not least, it's going to be our animal print Mickey cupcake. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this in a somewhat civilized manner and not just get icing all over my beard and face.
It's more fun that way.
Nobody wants to see that.
You don't know that.
Might be some people, who knows. That's very good too. It's like an orange cream icing. That icing is like orange creamsicle. That's delicious too. All of these are great. If I had to pick a favorite, maybe the Tree of Life, because that fudge is just perfect.
Tusker House is in the Africa section of Animal Kingdom, so the restaurant is themed accordingly. So you can definitely like see a lot of like the art and just the decor in here goes with this area of Animal Kingdom. It's pretty cool. It looks almost in this area like a marketplace. And back over here, so this restaurant at one point was a buffet before COVID hit. And then when it shut down, obviously it was shut down for a long time, and then it reopened, but it did not reopen as a buffet. It reopened as family style.
Well, I like how it actually looks like a courtyard. Like if you look up, you see the towels or the sheets and like all these cloth and like everything hanging up top. So it's supposed to just look like a little outdoor courtyard. This is great.
I think that overall this was a pretty good experience. This is the second character dining that we done. The other one was Hollywood and Vine, which I actually liked better than this one, to be honest. But I still thought that this was a lot of fun. I thought that the food was pretty good. I think they're still very understaffed here in these restaurants. Last week, we went to Magic Kingdom, and at night, we ended up staying late and we went to Steakhouse 71, which we did not film because we did recently vlog that closer to when it opened up. And it was just crazy how understaffed that it was there. Everything took forever. I don't know what the end game here is with this, with keeping everything so understaffed.
Oh yeah, I think eventually they have to bring these people back to work, or at least hire new people, because it's going to get to the point where it's so understaffed that holidays like Christmas and
it's right around the corner.
It's just right around the corner is going to be so overwhelming for the staff that they do have that people may be walking off the job. I mean, and then they have even less people. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Is Disney needs to bring these people back to work.
It's just crazy how understaffed it is. I think that our server forgot that I put in that I had a gluten allergy, because the first thing was bringing the bread all touching with each other.
Yeah.
With the lentil.
I think
crisps.
she just forgot.
And then she brought us for dessert the honeybee cake. That's gluten-free. Nothing else was gluten-free, and she brought them on the same plate.
Yeah.
And I had to ask her that time, could you please bring me a separate one?
But again, I think it's because she's overwhelmed. I think like normally a server would handle like 4 tables at a time, and I think they're tackling 8 per server now. So like being that overwhelmed, you're doing twice the amount of work. You can't remember what table had what. It just becomes such a headache, and like I really do feel for all of the cast members here at Disney for enduring that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. They need to like start staffing properly. But as far as the restaurant itself and the experience, it was super cute to see. I love Donald Duck, so it was really awesome to go to a character dining where I got to see Donald Duck walking around, and Daisy was there, and Mickey Mouse and Goofy, and it was just a lot of fun. And as far as the food, I would say that the highlight for me was the shrimp. I thought that the shrimp was
fantastic.
The best. That was my favorite thing.
Agreed. I thought steak was very good too, but that shrimp was just on point.
That was good.
But yeah, so I would say I would recommend this restaurant, but I think it has its issues. But almost every restaurant does.
Yeah.
It's got pros and cons. Any place, and people's opinions may vary. There may be somebody who goes here and says this place is terrible. There might be somebody this is their favorite restaurant.
I thought the food was good.
The food was good. The food was very good. But yes, the shrimp was absolutely the highlight, like 110%. That was so good.
And as far as price point, the cost for adults to eat here for lunch or for dinner, because they do serve breakfast here too. Breakfast is a little bit less money. Lunch and dinner is $55 a person. That's before adding and subtracting pass holder discounts, gratuity, all that stuff. So before you start getting into like taking out and putting back in money, it's $55 a person.
Yeah.
And I think for the experience, it's worth it.
It is. The character
Yeah.
dining is usually a little more, but it is worth it because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, it's still fun to have like a character come by and hang out at your table
Absolutely.
and wave to you.
Absolutely. So yes, I would recommend this restaurant. I think you would as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was very good.
Yeah, that gets some thumbs up. All right, chums, we are going to call it a day right here at Tusker House and continue on with the rest of our day. Be sure to subscribe to this channel right this second if you have not done so already. Smack the like button because that helps this channel immensely. And hit that bell icon to receive all notifications every single time we upload a new video. Until next time, we will see you guys at the parks.